Hello, in this section of the tutorial we're going to learn how to use one of these additional functions here in the Calculate menu up here. And these are the functions associated with finding the minimum, the local minimum of a function or the local maximum of a function. So let's just dive right in and I'll show you what I'm talking about here. Let's go and define a function here. And we just had this function left over from before. It's going to work just fine for our purposes. So we'll go ahead and see what that graph looks like. And this is the graph of the function. You can see it goes up, kind of has a little maximum here at the top. It goes down, there's a little local minimum, and then it continues to go on up to infinity. So these guys here, they go off to negative and positive infinity. When we talk about finding maximums or minimums, we're talking about the local maximum here at the top and the local minimum here. So in order to see what we're doing, let's go and zoom in a little bit. We'll hit ZBox, and we'll go up here to the top. It's a practical thing. A lot of times you'll grab a function and you'll realize you need to zoom in a little bit, so that's what we're going to do here. So we'll go over, and then we'll go down, create a little box. We just want to encompass all of the interesting features that we care about, which are these maximums and minimums. So now we go ahead and hit enter, and this guy is going to be replotted, and we're going to see a nice little graph here. And so here's the local maximum here, and here's the local minimum. So the way you use this feature of the calculator, what if you want to know the exact value of the very highest point of this local maximum? What is the XY value at the very top of this mountain here? And down here, what is the XY value of the very bottom of this valley here? This is, again, very useful if you're plotting functions by hand. If you have some graph paper out, you might find the crossings of the axis here, which we learned how to do in the last section, and then you might want to know you will want to know the maximums everywhere. And then once you can calculate that stuff, you can just take your pencil and draw and kind of guess in between here and get the general shape of the graph. So let's go in here to the Calculate menu, and you'll see two functions, 3 and 4. Here's the minimum and here's the maximum. So let's calculate the minimum. Let's hit number 3, and it's basically the same exact thing as before. It's going to ask you for a left bound, a right bound, and a guess. The left bound can be anywhere to the left of this minimum, which is what we're trying to calculate. So let's go ahead and hit enter here. The right bound, you just scoot along the line just like we did in the last section.